Pavy Daily Takes. Uh, First off, I want to talk about it. Shout out to Lakers. They just cleared cap space today. They AD waived his, I think, what is it, $4 million trade kicker. Um, Actually, that's what I'm gonna name this because I do have another point that I'm gonna get to later on in this pod, but I'm gonna talk about the Lakers since that's like the hot topic of the day. But yeah, so what's his name? Jamarius Jones was traded. Isaac Bonga was traded. All of them are traded to the Wizards, which actually I think Mo Wagner will be great for the Wizards. I think that actually even Isaac Bonga I think will be great for the Wizards next year because I don't think John Wall will be playing off the Achilles, or if he does play, he'll come back later on in the year, like February or something like that probably. So you need that Bonga, and I think Satoransky is like a restricted free agent. I don't know if they're gonna extend him the qualifying offer or whatever, but I think Bonga might actually end up getting some burn in Washington, and it could be great for his career. Also, Mo Wagner, they declined Jabari's team option, but picked up Mo Wagner. I think they said they were trying to work it out with Jabari, but if we pick up Mo, it's like, do we really want to work it out with Jabari? Also, I'm pretty sure Jeff Green won't be there next year, so I think it'll even be a great place for Mo to continue his development. And I think they're giving Bradley Beal some young pieces to work with. I think Mo Wagner has a chance to be a solid pro. So I think that the Wizards made off nicely by sliding in the trade and getting those guys from the Lakers. But I wonder if they sent anything back to the Lakers. I didn't see whether the Wizards sent anything back, but I'm sure they had to send at least cash or something back to the Lakers. But yeah. So now the Lakers have room for a max free agent. I think that Kawhi has scheduled his meeting for I think July 6th. I think it said. I mean, if you can get Kawhi, great. I don't think Kawhi is needed. I think Kawhi was kind of overkill. Also, I would be kind of disappointed in Kawhi if he went. I mean, look, I'm always for athletes, taking their future in their own hands. You only get so many years to maximize your basketball career. He's also had injuries, so he knows what it's like to be away from the game. So, I wouldn't personally take issue with the man going to LA. I mean, go where you want to go. But just as a fan, obviously, I do I'm in the reporting world now, the journalism world. But first and foremost, I'm still the same 7-year-old basketball fan watching the Bulls. Like, I'm still a fan of the game. And just me as a fan, like, I like to see the best players go up against each other, not play on the same team with each other. But that's just me. But if he wants to go, I mean, that's obviously it's Kawhi. Like, and also it would be less stress on his body. Like, I felt like in the finals he was really, really like worn out. Like, he didn't really have it. Like, he had it 2 rounds ago against Philly, and even early in the Milwaukee series, and even in the Orlando series. But personally, I'm still under the mindset of they should just sign some guys. I think I saw a report that said they were looking at like Terrence Ross, Seth Curry, things like that. And I think that would be great. Like, I think that Seth. I think you need shooters surrounding LeBron and AD. You need it to where you can't double them. Obviously, AD can. I mean, AD is a pretty good passer, if I'm not mistaken. I think the man averaged like 3 assists. No, not 3 assists. I think it was more like 5 assists actually this year. Let me actually look it up. I don't want to be saying. I don't want to be saying things. Anthony Davis. He averaged actually 4 assists. So yeah, he averaged 4 assists, but that's in 56 games. I bet if I went month by month, for this year, yeah, his first month he averaged 5 assists, then 4 assists, then 4 assists, then 2, 2, and 2. So more so, he probably would have been more around like 4.5 if it wasn't, for the fact that he pretty much set out the last 2 months of the season, and obviously LeBron is Bron. But I think you more so just need other guys. I don't think you need a third star. I still would like to see LeBron move to point guard personally. Because I think the issue last year was like LeBron wants to handle the ball and make plays pretty much like a point guard, but what is that? That makes Rondo a 2. That makes Lonzo a 2. And like what they do best is have the ball in their hand and make decisions. And even if you look at LeBron's history, he usually works well with the point guard that's usually more like a shooting guard. I mean, look at Mo Williams. Look at Boobie Gibson. Look at Kyrie. That's why he left Cleveland, because he wanted to be more of a point guard. I mean, look at Mario Chalmers. Like, Chalmers wasn't really a point guard. He was mostly playing two guard with the Heat. So I would like to see LeBron actually just move to point guard, and then them just go out and literally sign a shooting guard. And I mean, if you want to keep Kuzma at the forward spot, that's fine. I personally would want Kuzma coming off the bench. I think Kuzma would have 6 man of the year potential coming off the bench. I mean, look, he could still play like 28 minutes a night, play starter minutes like Eric Gordon does when he's coming off the bench. But yeah, I like to see them go at the guys like, Wayne Ellington or Terrence Ross or Seth Curry or Darren Collinson. Those second tier guys that those are more the reason as to why you win championships than the stars. I mean, look at the finals. Like, just as much as Kawhi was the reason you won, so was Fred VanVleet. A lot of the big shots, most of the big shots in the finals came from Fred, not even Kawhi. They came from Fred or like Siakam or like Lowry, like in the finals. So those guys are just as much as to why you win as the stars are. So yeah, I would like to see them go after those type of guys. Everybody, I saw people making tweets like, oh, look at what Rob is doing without Magic. I think the thing we have to remember about Magic is Magic still did convince LeBron James to sign. Like, yeah, LeBron might have had interest in going, but I mean, still, he had to like convince him. It's like, if you go out with a woman and she got intentions on giving you some, I mean, like, yeah, she came to dinner with that intention, but you can still talk your way out of it. Like, you can talk your way out of it. You do still have to seal the deal. So, again, I love what the Lakers are doing. I think what the Lakers are doing will be great. I think that I gotta see how they feel the roster out. But right now it looks good. LeBron is gifting AD the 23 number, which I like. I think that's a great way to just welcome AD to the team. And even with like people was talking about all the Kobe Dwight comparisons. I think like Dwight was 26 when he joined and Kobe was 34, whatever like that when he joined. But I think that's a great way to just welcome AD in. Like, you know what? Here, take your jersey number. I'll go back to 6. Also with marketing, now the Lakers 23 is a throwback. And now everybody got to go out and get their number 6 jersey. I'm going to go out and get my number 6 LeBron jersey. So I think that's even like a great way to bring money into the team business-wise. So, I mean, even like I said, that even helps AD when it's time to re-sign. Like, you know what? I'll stay. I get to rock with Bron a couple more years. I like Bron as a human being, a businessman, a business partner. Let's put them in Space Jam 2. Everybody's like, oh, they gave up too much. Like, bro, realistically, you get 6 to 7 years of Anthony Davis. You did not give up too much. And everybody's like, oh, AD is brittle. We've been through this. Over the past couple years, he's played just as many games as Kawhi. Also, I don't think AD is brittle. I just think that when you're playing in New Orleans and you're not really playing for much, there's no reason for me to really exert myself and play through small little knick-knack injuries. Like, I think this year he had like some hand injury. I mean, like, if this is the playoffs or like the finals, I'm sure he could have played through that hand injury, but it's like, I'm playing in New Orleans and I don't want to be here. Why am I playing through this? We're not going nowhere. Fuck that. I'm sitting down. But again, I think what the Lakers did was great. Shout out to Lakers. I think realistically the conference finals could be Lakers Portland, Lakers Rockets, Lakers Jazz. Is anybody I'm missing? Lakers Nuggets. So yeah, man, I love what the Lakers are doing, and realistically, I think we can have a championship parade in Los Angeles in 2020, and I'm gonna be there faded out of my mind. And also, this also gives LeBron another chance to catch Jordan. Like, look, I know right now, I went through my whole period of, bronze to gold, but with me, because I grew up watching, old Mike, and old Mike is not young Mike. Young Mike was wild. Old Mike is a lot like Kawhi, but with a higher vertical. But young Mike, that man was something different. But I mean, look, what LeBron's at 9 finals now. I mean, realistically, let's say he's what 3-6. I mean, let's say next year he becomes like what is it 4-7, And I mean, look, they got a real chance. I mean, if they can build this team right, they have a very real chance of three-peat. Like, you're getting Anthony Davis at, how old is he? AD is right now 26 years old. Realistically, I don't think basketball players even reach their prime until you're about 27, 28. So you're getting AD basically right as he's about to ascend into his prime, barring the fact that he stays healthy, that he's about to ascend into his prime, and you have a chance to pair him with the aging LeBron, but still, he's still LeBron. Now, obviously, he's not, 2012 LeBron, but it's still LeBron. Like, LeBron at this age is still better than 95% of the league. Even LeBron at 37, again, barring major injury, will still probably be better than 97% of the league. I think they got a real chance of three-peat, depending on how they fill the roster out. I think they have a real legitimate chance to three-peat. And if they three-peat, realistically, LeBron can catch Jordan. I mean, look, Jordan won with one franchise. That would be LeBron winning with three. That's unheard of. I mean, as like one of the main guys on three franchises. I mean, look, Kareem won with two. Is there anybody really I can think of who is a great that's won with multiple franchises? Shaq won with two. Went to the finals with three, but won with two. Most people, if they get to a great situation, they stay in that situation. I think that LeBron moving around and, taking whatever team, and usually these aren't teams that are like, like the Cavs, when he came back, I mean, he came back with Love and with Kyrie, but they were like they got the number one pick in the draft that year, so they weren't good. The Heat weren't a playoff team when he went there. Even the Cavs, the first time around, when he got them to the finals, they were abysmal. So it's not like he's coming to teams that were already good and, just taking them to the next step. Like, he's coming in franchises, rearranging the franchise, and completely changing the trajectory of that franchise, which you have to respect. And if he can get it done with the Lakers, man, realistically, like, seriously, not even joking, LeBron can catch Jordan. Now, he got to get more than one. If he can get, like, two, maybe even three, like, look, like I said, I think they have a real chance of three-peat. You getting Anthony Davis right before he ascends to his prime, barring injury. And with the way technology is, with the way things are now, I mean, you think at his size, he's 26? You think he can be elite until he's at least 33? So 7 years? And you kept Kuzma? Kuzma could be like your James Worthy? I mean, look, man. Like, literally, I think you have, like, Showtime all over again. You have your Worthy and Kuzma. You have, ideally, your Kareem and AD. And you have your Magic and Bron. Now, obviously, Kareem was a little bit older, but just think about just the positions for a second. But, yeah, man, I love what they're doing. Also, today I got into an argument on Twitter about Russ and Harden and usage rate and stuff like that. Shout out Illy, my homie Illy. He's the spark for this. But I just think people need to start respecting Russell Westbrook. Like, I understand he hasn't had the playoff success, and that's cool. But same time, this year PG had a torn up shoulder. Last year PG needed knee surgery. I mean, this year even Russ got surgery. I think he got hand surgery actually after the playoffs. So he hasn't been healthy when he's gotten to the playoffs. But realistically, like, man, people always want to like discount stats, bro. You can't discount 3 straight triple doubles. I'm sorry. When we look at like just stats wise, when he's done playing, again, barring injury, Russell Westbrook will have the stats that say he's a top 3 point guard ever. Now, he may not have the accomplishments. As we're not because he has the accomplishments, but not the team success, that people want to see when they put you in those categories. But as far as numbers and just individual accomplishments, yeah, you could say he's a top 3 point guard ever. Like, I'm sorry, like, people say, oh, the rebounds are overrated because Adams is boxing out. I know I said the thing about Giannis the other day, but Giannis is also damn near 7 feet. So he should get 10 rebounds. Russell Westbrook is 6'3", 6'4". If he's really 6'4", probably like more like 6'3". Going out there giving you 10 rebounds a night. Like, yeah, he's one of the best rebounding guards you've ever seen, arguably, if not the best, at his size. If not the best, he's hands down top 3. I'm sorry, you're not finna tell me somebody who's going out there giving you 11 rebounds a night ain't a top 3 guard rebounder of all time. I'm sorry, you just not gonna tell me that. I think people need to put some respect on Russell Westbrook's name, understand what you're witnessing, and understand that legitimately, like, when this era is over, I mean, obviously, Steph has a team accomplishments. He's been on better teams. He's won more. He's been in better situations besides Russ early on. But even still, I don't think OKC really wants to win as bad as they say they do. Because if they did, they'd have just paid Harden that $8 million. I mean, I don't know what the luxury tax would have been, but I'm pretty sure they would have been around the same luxury tax that they're in right now. They're $94 million in luxury tax right now. I'd rather be $94 million in the luxury tax with Harden, KD, Russ, and Ibaka. So that makes me question how much they even really, really, really wanted to win. But again, going back to my point, if you just look at the stats, like when we look at point guards of this era, there are two. It's Russell Westbrook and it's Steph Curry. And D Rose, obviously, but he kind of tailed off, like just unfortunate, but he kind of tailed off because of injury. But realistically, when you look at the numbers, like you could, like in 20 years, when people have 20, 30 years, when people have nothing but the numbers, people might start to say Russ was better than Steph Curry. When you look at the numbers, I mean, like his stats are going to be insane when he's done playing. So again, he has a legitimate argument that he was a top 3 point guard ever, just judging off the numbers. And I think that people need to just start respecting Russell Westbrook. I think it's disrespectful to do that. But I just wanted to get that off. I've been arguing on Twitter about that all morning. Make sure you guys go check out Sparklight. Episode 6, the Sparks play the Las Vegas Aces tonight. I'll be there. I'll be covering the game with coverage, so make sure you guys look out for that. And yeah, man, start hitting me up on the Pavy Daily Take page. I don't want to put everything on Hoops and Brews. Hit me up on the Pavy Daily Take page. We can take some of these arguments there. I'm always down to discuss things with you as long as I'm not doing nothing. Even when I am doing things, sometimes I still discuss things with you. I was in the club Monday night arguing basketball on Twitter. But yeah, so appreciate you guys for checking these out, and until next time.